Hello everybody, welcome to the Let's Climb, where today we're going to be looking at to play green-white tokens, but with this time around, Hero of Precinct One, which is going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun for me, because I love this card. This is so cool. We'll go through the deck just real quick here. So our 1-drops, we only have 4 Legions landing, but that's really all you need. Our 2-drops are really where the deck likes to shine. We have Hero of Precinct One, Emmara, Soul of the Accord, and Saproling Migration. All 12 of these cards create tokens just by you playing the game, essentially. This, whenever it becomes tapped, you create a 1/1 soldier with lifelink. This one, whenever you cast a multicolored spell, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of, but like plenty copies of all of them in there, you just make another 1/1, which it's you draw more than you would think, and it just goes very well in the deck. Saproling Migration is just you create a couple 1/1s, and later in the game you create 4 1/1s, which is still a perfectly good churn thing to do. In the 3-drop slot we have Knight of Autumn, and actually, you know what? I don't know why Reclamation Sage is there. I don't know why I thought that would work either. Let's add a couple of these to the sideboard because this is just better than Reclamation Sage in every way. Same card essentially, but it's multicolored to help with Hero of Precinct One. We don't want too many of them in the main board because they're good as a tech card, but they don't necessarily need to have every single copy, all 4 in the main board. We have History of Benalia, which is just so much value. 3 mana, you get a 2/2, then you get a 2/2, and then they get those 2/2s and any other knights you might have get +2/+1. Granted that they will be the only knights getting that effect, but having hitting them for over the course of the 3 turns 10 damage if they have no blockers is still a pretty good amount of value. Next we have March of the Multitudes. This card is game winning. You just play out your cards, you get a big enough board, and then you just tap everything out and make 10 1/1s, and you just kind of... It doesn't matter what they've been doing up until then, you kind of win the game off that, especially since they all have lifelink. So you attack in, maybe they kill a few, but you gain that huge chunk of life, and so then you're hopefully, depending on the matchup, you're hopefully not dead on the backswing. Next we have 3 Conclave Tribunal. I've been going between 3 and 4 of these because it's just really good to have the removal in the deck. It has Convoke, so it can be cast as early as turn 3. And having that against a Teferi or having that against any other early threats or like a Steamkin or something like that is just always good. Ajani, Adversary of Tyrants, is just the best Planeswalker to be having in tokens. You can have Huatli Radiant Champion if you think you can put her onto a board where he'll actually have a board by turn 4 in the matchups where she matters. But this one wins you games against stuff like Control. It just beefs up a lot of your creatures past the point of being able to be worrying about trading with mid-range threats and all that. And you can also return, say, an Emmara or a Hero of Precinct One from your graveyard to the battlefield with his -2. Next up, in the 5-drop slot, we have Ajani Discordant, who is just a 1/4 for 5, but she anthems the entire board aside from herself, and she creates 2 1/1s on her own. Plus, against decks that like run Hostage Taker, such as Sultai Midrange, or Control decks, which sometimes Esper Midrange or Esper Control decks will run Eldritch Reborn. That final line of text isn't always irrelevant. Sometimes it's very good, and sometimes it really gets people. Then these are essentially 1-drops as well, although they can be in the 6-drop slot as well. We have Flourish, where it's just mana fixing. We're only running 23 lands. Sometimes you just don't draw the lands you need. I've actually been wondering if I should cut it down to 22, but I don't want to make it too inconsistent. Flower is just you get to fix your mana, make sure you hit your land drops, and Flourish in late game is just an overrun kind of thing, and it can help you win the game. And that's it. It works. I forgot to up all this before The deck does well, I think, currently. I think it does decently well. It doesn't do super well against wrath effects, but in the sideboard we have stuff to help with that. We have Tithe Taker, so that control decks can't do as much on our turn. We have a little bit more leeway to do what we want. The Tocatli Honor Guard to deal with explore stuff, as well as some of the mono red stuff. It blocks pretty well, decently against a lot of stuff in mono red. Unbreakable Formation. This protects us from a lot of board. This will protect us from the board wrath. We don't need the addendum. It's really just creatures you control gain indestructible in a turn, but we're running this over cards like Make a Stand because of the addendum. The addendum, while this is 3 mana and Make a Stand I think is 2. I would need to double check. Creatures you control gain indestructible until a turn, but addendum, if you cast the spell during your main phase, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and they gain vigilance, you just get a free Alpha Strike into your opponent's team, plus a never-ending buff to your board. It's just, it will close out a game. It will save your board more often than control wants to admit. Double Night Alarm, you already saw me put it in the deck. Ixalan's Binding is just, I think, really good because sometimes Conclave Tribunal just isn't good enough against decks with like Teferi, against Teferi or stuff like, I don't even know, but sometimes I'm trying to think of other things. It's kind of late. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. Ixalan's Binding just locks something down forever unless they have their own enchantment removal. And this is just something I've been looking at. I don't know if it's good. We don't have actually a lot of creatures to get with it. But I've been trying to. But the ultimate is very good for this. The finding lands, which in a deck that tends to kind of run low on land sometimes, plus the enchantment hate or flying creatures hate is, considering how big of an issue Niv Mizzet is for this deck, even though you won't be running into it a lot. But like, just there's a lot of flyers that can be problematic in this format. So now that we're done with the deck tech, I say we go into some games. It's quite possible that those Vivian Reeds should just be like a couple Huatlis and maybe another Tocatli Honor Guard. I'm just trying it out. Yes, I will play first. I like the card. I don't know how actually good it is. This hand is very slow, but I'm going to keep it because we do have turn 1 Legion's Landing. It's a painful hand. Don't know how good it will be actually. Okay, so we're up against the Gate deck, so not super in love with this matchup. Let's just flower to find a... Don't think it really matters, so let's grab a Plains. Gates Ablaze is such a pounding in this game, in this matchup, but after sideboarding, we should be a little more favored. Hopefully, we have the Unbreakable Formation in the sideboard to protect against Gates of Plays. I don't know how. I've rarely run into this matchup lately, so maybe I'm just gonna get steamrolled. I don't know, but all I know is that this deck This deck is a very slow deck, but the amount of board wipes is irritating. So we are just going to Saproling Migration here for 2. Growth Spiral. Yep. Positive Harmony. Okay, so they just gained back all the life we dealt to them. How interesting. Again, Gates Ablaze just kind of ruins our whole day. They have 3 gates. Circuitous Route. Okay. Well, without a... Ramping is a bit scary when fighting this deck, because there's just so much they can do. But without a guild summit, this not nearly as good as it could be. Yeah, I'll just play that out. And I think... Is there any way to play around a Gates Ablaze? I don't think so. So I'm just going to do this. And attack with 3, transform Legion's Landing. So now we get all the creatures we want. And if they don't have Gates Ablaze, well then we're kind of in for a fun time. If they do, but they probably have Gates Ablaze. Just because that's what they always have. Okay, so they haven't played their land for churn, but if this is all they're doing, I'm not really all that scared. Lava Coil? Okay, yeah, I can respect that. Knight of Autumn, it will be good down the line. Yeah, I think we just attack in. And now we have March on Multitudes for 3, which isn't the best, but it's better than nothing. You have 3, 4, 5. What are they gonna do? Hydroid Krasis. Well, that is a 7/7. Good thing we have our Conclave Tribunals. X equals 3. Yeah, let's just do this. And then we can Conclave Tribunal, tap that, tap that, tap that, tap that. Get rid of the Hydro Krasis. Attack in for 8. Oh, crap. No, there was no way I could have figured that out. Again, Gates of Blaze does just kind of win them the game from here. Adonto, the first fort. Yeah, okay, gain some life. Nexus. Okay, so this is a Nexus variant. So I'm not super hyped to fight this. But it doesn't seem like they've drawn a Gates of Blaze yet. They're just waiting until next turn because they can. I apologize if the clicking, like the tapping I do, annoys anybody. It's just kind of a nervous tick. They're looking to do something. Well, they're tapping a lot of mana. They're looking at a lot of mana at least. That's what I don't know that I appreciate the. You can't turn that off. You can't. You can see when somebody's highlighting over what they're highlighting over, which I guess can make you think, can help you think or whatever. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's the Gates of Blaze. Yikes. Well, fast turn. Yeah, Gates of Blaze is a real issue. Guild Summit. Dang it. The turn after we play Knight of Autumn, too. Now they get to draw... How many cards are they going to draw now? This deck draws cards like no tomorrow. Maybe I'll play this on the next episode. I'd definitely be interested in it. I've not actually played it. I should test it and see how I like it. They're trying to figure out how many they want to tap. Only 3? Or is that 4? No, only 3. Man, it's like having a Tatiova on the field, but it gets you instant card advantage as well. Must feel nice. Well, that's just rude. Hydro Krasis is a hell of a card. Okay, let's just activate this in response. No reason not to. Well, let's just go to combat quick. So why did it leave this one untapped instead of this one untapped? That's odd. Perhaps I should have Conclave Tribunal the Guild Summit. Okay, so I think we just get Nexus out of here now. Out of our entire existence now. The Guildgate decks are honestly so versatile. Because the core cards in stuff like Circuitous Route and Gates Ablaze, as well as possibly Arcway Angels or something of the sort, you don't even need those necessarily. And Guild Summit take up so few actual slots in the deck that the rest of the deck can just be like Growth Spirals, Lava Coils, Hydroid Krasis, Nexus of Fates, Wilderness Reclamations. You have so much space to work with when you just have the core cards in the core gate cards, because there's just so few of them, but they're all so powerful when used in conjunction with gates. Alright, yeah, no. I'm just going to concede then. Alright, Unbreakable Formation is definitely coming in. That doesn't do anything. I think Binding and up more Knight of Autumns. Even though, yeah, they do have some stuff we do want to take care of. What do we take out though? Binding is maybe not worth it. This is a weird one. I don't know what... Like I said, I've not run into this matchup super often. I do think that Unbreakable Formation needs to come in, as well as the Knight of Autumns, so I can just make sure that I can destroy their card draw and the like. But, you know, I don't know what to take out. Two of those. Ajani might be a bit too slow. Although, if I ever... Like, Ajani ultimating is irrelevant if they can go take infinite churns. I maybe we only need 3 of these. We just need to kill them before they can get to infinite churns. I swear they had a different avatar. Keep. Yeah, I'll pay 2 life. And then just flower. Get a plains. Again, kind of a slow hand, but Saproling Migration with Unbreakable Formation. It's not the worst hand. Wish we could find a... I wish we could find Emmara or Hero of Precinct One. We need kind of an explosive start, or a faster start than this against this matchup. I know they typically do run some basics, but if this is the board they want to blow up, then with Gates Ablaze, then I'm fine with that. I think. Okay, so nothing yet. Okay. Well, we can play Legion's Landing. and transform it. I wonder what they have that they're looking to do. And then I'll just pass the turn. No reason to... Gross. Oh, that's what they're looking to do. Okay. Well, we have the formation to protect against something like a Gates Ablaze. Plus into Tristani, which is going to be 8, 9, 10. Guild Summit. Okay, then I don't really care. They're trying to find something. Is this lethal? 2, 4, plus 8, 12? Not quite. Okay. We can't formation and Tristani this turn. So... I think it's just Emmara. And then here's the thing. How do they win from here? How do I not kill them next turn? I'm just gonna deal 4 damage. End turn. Because if he doesn't do anything, I can march on the multitudes for a little bit more now, for 3 now. And if he doesn't do anything, I have Unbreakable Formation, so I just don't care about anything he's doing. It looks like they're tapping very specifically for a Gates Ablaze. I don't know why. Do they have Quench? That'd hurt. Or do they have Expansion? It's probably Expansion. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, man. Not really no way I could play around that one. No, I think it's just Ajani right now. Man. These decks just can run like every answer. Plus they have infinite card draw thanks to Guild Summit. Arcway Angel now too. That's gonna gain them a lot of life. 14 life. Jeez, Well, we have double March of the Multitude, so that can easily just close out the game. And they could easily just, again, find another Gates Ablaze. This might just not be a good matchup unless we can do anything fast enough. You're gonna Gates Ablaze me again, aren't you? Hydroid Krasis. Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So X equals 4. I like how they've drawn 2 of every one of these gates. You talk about consistency, I guess. I don't have them dead yet. Maybe 2. They block the 3/3. They block a 2/2. I come in for 12, 14. No, I have to wait a turn yet. They could again easily just have another Gates Ablaze, which sucks considering we haven't found our second Unbreakable Formation. But what are you gonna? There's not much I can do about it. Circuitous Route. That's just more card draw. With a Guild Summon out, that's just literally ramp 2 and then draw 2. So it's a Chemist's Insight that gets you 2 extra lands. What if it's out there? No. Yeah. Gates again. Gates Ablaze is the card to play around and card to try and beat. Alright, I don't think that should matter. They need to Gates Ablaze here. And they found it. Alright. That's the game. Oh, I just can't find our board wipe protection. Like, should, you know, screw that. Makes sense. It's also 3 mana, huh? That's not much to give our creatures indestructible. We can also run a Join Shields. Actually, you know what? I might run a couple of those. No, put it in the sideboard. I think we want the full 4 of those because we need to see them in those kind of matchups. Yeah, I think that's what we should be doing. Man, that sucked. Well, when you draw infinite cards, then you kind of find your entire deck. Can't fault them for that. Keep. Hello. I typically play with and another Guildgate deck. Can we? What's going on? Seems to be a lot of them lately. This is just the new hotness? Okay. Well, it doesn't do anything with Hero, but it works well. It's still a good card. The best way to try the best way to try to beat the gate deck is to try and cut them off of their resources. In that case, I probably should have tried to get rid of the Guild Summit last turn, because now they've just drawn 6 more cards than us. But hey, now we get to just destroy it and make a 1/1. So, seems worth it to me. Are we going to Gates Blades again? Probably. But what are you gonna do, really? What are you gonna do with a 3 mana Wrath effect that doesn't get any worse? Huh. Well, I'll be damned. That was a pretty impressive turn 5, if I do say so myself. Don't you think everybody in the world... Damn. I played this all wrong. That was a huge punt. I can play a land yet this turn. Oh man, I could have... Well... Well, if he doesn't have gates... If they don't have gates ablaze, then... we kind of win next turn. Well, opponent. We still win, I think. We block 3/3. Yeah, we win. We get in for at least... Yeah. Oh, wait, they gain life. I'm an idiot. Oh, no. They gained 3 life. Right. How many gates do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So their Krasis dies, at least. What are they doing now? Circuitous route? They're trying to find the gates ablaze. But now it kills their gate Colossus as well. Or they could just Arcway Angel for 1,000 life. Son of a bitch. If I cast Saproling Migration for 6 mana, I can make 4 more, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if I do this just this way, I can cast it for 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I think I have to hold back for just a turn. Because I think if I march to the multitudes, like, they have to have gates ablaze, or else I think I win. If I march to the multitudes for X equals that amount, X equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then I can flourish and just win the game. Well, they're drawing all the cards that they ever could dream of. They're definitely trying to find that gates ablaze. Man, that's just gonna be the theme of the video, huh? My dreams go up in fire after my dreams of wanting to do stuff with tokens goes up in fire after running into 1,000 decks that are running gates ablaze. Well, do they have counter spells? Okay, no, they don't. And they just didn't have an answer, apparently. So, this is a Colossus version of the deck. So, I think in this one I want the Bindings. I definitely want the Autumns, Night of Autumns. And I want to take out a couple of heroes and no, maybe just 1/1. Then I bring in one Ixalan Binding. Because Emmara won't be attacking into Colossi very often. Okay. I actually I still want the Unbreakable Formations. All 4 of them. This isn't really the game where Legion's Landing is going to be doing much. Legion's Landing is much like better. You flip it against a control deck and you have a 1/1 every turn and hope that that can still provide enough value that you win the game off of it. Okay, well, we just have to... Maybe this isn't a list that's running the Gates of Blaze because it interact... I mean, after Sideboard, there probably most definitely are, but... Okay, double history plus a March of the Multitude is kind of hard to pass up on, even if we're on the draw. Ooh. Oh, they want the 5. Okay, well, guess it didn't matter what we kept or not. They just conceded right away. Alrighty then. Alright, we got a pack. Maybe I'll end the video. So, only 2 games, so I don't know if I want to change it based on them like just running the Gates only at the moment. But I think that if we do keep running the Gates, I might want the full 4 Night of Autumn's main board so I can deal with the guild summits more often. I will play first. This is a keep because I can flower for the forest to be able to play Emmara turn 2, and then Conclave Tribunal is available directly after that. And I have Saproling Migration and Ajani as well, so I'm perfectly okay with this. Oh, mold 6. Alright. This guide to the top. So we're just going to flower for the forest, like I said. I love the art. I love Minium's art on the lands. I honestly think that I just love the style of them. So Breeding Pool, which to me probably implies Sultai mid-range. We'll see what if I'm correct in that assumption. Okay, I am. I think I just want to Legion's Landing into Conclave Tribunal, that Wild Growth Walker. Okay, and next turn I can flip Legion's Landing, plus play Forest, and I can play out Tristani potentially. Do they have something for before combat? Do they have to cast down a token so I don't flip Legion's Landing? That'd be fair. Oh, they're running Assassin's Trophy. Okay. Well, I found this on green source. And white feels more important to the deck. Still attacking. Yeah, a lot more lists have been running Assassin Trophies to help deal with probably stuff like Guild Summit or Wilderness Reclamation, because this deck was historically pretty not good against them. Contempt? Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to pay 2 life, and I'm going to just Saproling Migration. I didn't actually have to do that. I forgot about Legion Land and flipping. I don't know how I forgot. I literally just talked about it last turn, but here we are. Hydro Crisis for 2. And they're really trying to find their land drops, I'm guessing. Yep. Yeah, might as well. And I don't think there are any... The only thing that really worries me right now is a find finality. There's 3 in the main board of most of these lists, and they have it. They most assuredly have it, otherwise they would not have. Oh, they'd have another Hydro Crisis, actually it was 4 this time. Okay. I should really hold control, or like make a token in response, or like make a token beforehand. Yeah, I'll just pass the turn. I'm fine with this board. If he wants to wipe the board or something like that, then I'd rather have a way to rebuild a little bit than just sit here and let everything die. Contempt. I don't know that that saves them, but... Plague Crafter. It's quite possible. I should have played Emmara out now. Plague Crafter is an interesting include. Oh, righty then. I come in for 4, they go down to 1, so I think it's still worth it to attack here. I'm also at a healthy 37 life. I'm also going to play Emmara out. Because, hey, for 3, 4, because Emmara makes a thing too, isn't terrible. Okay. Oh, I just realized I only have 2 green mana.
Let's see if you're worthy. Balance comes.
Balance comes. Did you hear that? Hear that, folks? That's the game. Okay. So, it's just Sultai mid-range. Honor Guards are coming in. I don't know about Tithe Takers. I don't know if that's worth it. They have ways to remove all these. Knight of Autumn is really not super useful here. And Join Shields is not necessarily what I want to be doing. I think that this deck is, like, kind of wins against mid-range, typically. So I think this should just be fine, just to bring in the Honor Guards to turn off their Explorer. And their stuff like Plaguecrafter, or... It doesn't turn off Hydrocrest because that's a cast trigger, but I think it actually stops it from entering the battlefield, although that might be a replacement effect, so maybe not. This is not a hand I can keep. This is a hand I can keep. Sure. Sure. No reason to do that now. I have 3 lands in hand. Plus I want to keep as many multicolored spells as I can for when I play my heroes. Turn 2, Wild with Walker every game. It's only been 2 games, but still. Do you explore, or do you just... You explore. Okay. Oh, goodness me. Well, that means that they have lands in hand. There it is. They don't have double green, though. I wonder if they realize that. Well, hero. Plus, might as well flower. Yep. No attackers. I wonder if they realized that they didn't have double green. Because I often do that. I'll often forget that I have double green. Oh, they forgot. Well, they know I have a land in hand, and I only have 2 other cards in hand. Cry of the Carnarium. That hurts. That was a card I was not prepared for. Wouldn't a deck like this want to be running Golden Demise instead because it doesn't exile their own stuff? Were they just looking at Cry of the Carnarium and thinking that this is a good card and I want to run it? Because that's not how... Like everybody else is running this, why shouldn't I? Like, that's not how that works. I'm just going to tribunal this thing before they get a chance to make it even bigger and gain more life. This is the weakness of the deck. I am now in top deck mode, and I cannot think of a valid way to get out of top deck mode. That's a pretty good draw. See, if I had a Legion Lane flipped, then this would be a completely different story. Yeah, they just take it. Alright. I think we just lose this game. There's not much we can do anymore. They're hitting us for 6 a turn now. Yeah, and we're still drawing just lands. We can deal with stuff like Gates of Blaze. We can deal with stuff with like Cleansing Nova, but we can't deal with the minus effect of Cry of the Carnarium. Fun fact: if you like hover just like right here, you can kind of see the card underneath it, and then you kind of are able to see that it shows you the card that's underneath it. And I just figured that out a while ago, and I don't know why it's valid at all, or it's like something I think I talked about at all. I just thought I'd make conversation while we're getting our asses thoroughly handed to us. And on that note, we're going to concede the game. Again, I don't agree with the cries of the Carnarium. And nothing, we don't really have an answer to that. I'm trying to think of something that would be good for that. Maybe instead of Join Shields, we could have something like... What is it called? It's the Ascend Anthem. I cannot remember the name of it. Pride of the Conquerors. That's it. With 1 land. I can't keep this. It hurts to mulligan that. Okay, we have the flower. We can find the 2nd land. Sure. Well, that does actually make this play line a little easier. Play out hero. Because Pride of the Conquerors can negate the -2/-2 effect of everything. If you go back to how we counter cards like Cry of the Carnarium. Or Golden Demise. And I don't think every deck should just be running Cry of the Carnarium because it's just a good card. I think I'm gonna go get a forest here because we have double white, but we don't have double green. And you know what? I'm just gonna do this. They have 0 black. Cry of the Carnarium is. I don't think that's worth it. It's just a 3/2. There's a black. Jadelight Ranger. Oh man, Hostage Taker. Well, looks like they're trying to find lands, and they found one. Okay. History. So March of the Multitude is currently X3, 4, 5, 6 potentially. Okay. And yeah, my turn. Okay, Emmara is a very good draw here. There might be risk of me I'm overextending here, but I think we have to like try and get as wide a board as possible. They're still not at double black yet. They didn't even keep the Hostage Taker on top. This one. I'm gonna take this one down. Because if they get that, they're both 3/2s. If they get this one back, it only explores once. If they get that one back, they get explore twice. Might as well attack. If he wants to trade this off, I'm fine with that. Okay. So the question is, do we march the multitudes now for 3, 4, 5? For 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? A 4? And it would make a 5th? Or do we just and risk potentially getting blown up by Cry of the Carnarium next turn, or even find finality? Or do we just take this and take the land, which actually allows us to still cast it for the same amount? We just don't get the extra 1/1 from my hero. I think I'm just going to take the extra land. Okay. How much is it for? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know that bringing in thought erasures against green-white tokens is the best strategy, but here we are. Alright. Down to 1. So if we had kept the Hero of Precinct One in March, then we would have. Finality. There it is. Okay, glad I kept that in hand. Boop. They have another finality? That'd be insane. Not really. I mean, I guess there's always potential for it, but Hydra Krasis. They gain 2 life, and they die anyway. This was a good game. I will give them a good game. Yeah, no, that was a good game. I will give it to them. And I think... Thank you for the rewards. As you can see, I did not play it all today. I was busy for a majority of the day. But I think we can go for one more game and then call it a day. Again, I don't think bringing in a Thought Erasure is technically correct to do there. Again with this? You're really testing my patience here. I don't want to go down to 5, and I think this is perfectly fine. Plus, they mold down to 6 as well. No! I don't need more lands. This deck still only has 23 lands, which is 1 less than the average, so it's not that insane that we would get flooded sometimes, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. Okay, double March of the Multitudes. Could be very good. Hero of Precinct One is just such a good card. Growth Chamber Guardian. So this is more of a green-white mid-range E-list. I'm not really afraid of it. Unless they start playing token cards themselves. I'm not super scared. Oh, they're Obzon. Now I might be a little afraid. No blocks. No reason to. Oh, they don't even adapt it. They have something else to do. Mortify. Let's make 2 creatures, so X equals 1. That might be incorrect, but like I get 2 creatures out of the deal, and whatever. I'm just gonna pass the turn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what this multiple is for. Boop, 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 boop. 5 new creatures, shiny and new. Hey, Ajani. You're pretty damn good.
No friend of mine fights. Be strong.
Okay. So I probably should have kept some creatures back to protect Ajani. But at the same time, they're dead next turn if they just attack Ajani and don't have an answer to all this. Okay. If that's all they're doing, aren't they just dead? Uh-huh. They did tap all of their green. Yeah. Like, I didn't do the math. Math is for blockers. But I can only imagine. So, an Obzon-ish mid-range deck with Growth Chamber. We've only seen Growth Chamber Guardians. We also saw Mortify. So I think I kind of like the Tithe Takers here. I don't know what I don't like, though. We didn't see any enchantments. I don't know how Knight of Autumn's going to do here. This is a weird one. I don't know what to expect from this deck. Check out a Flower Flourish. There's still, okay. Alright. We have the Flower Flourish in hand this time, so I'm going to keep this. But deck, if you could, give us... Okay, yeah, it listened. The deck listened. That's fair. Wish it was kind of wish it was a plains, but I'm not going to complain. Okay. The deck is listening to me, and I can't ask for much more. If I'm being completely honest, I do think that this is actually worth Conclave Tribunaling. Well, yeah, let's just Tribunal one of them. Because I don't want them to have 5 mana going into the next turn. I don't know how valuable I should be, how much I should be valuing Tithe Taker here. Mortify. I saw that coming, kind of, but what else was I really going to do? Yeah, no, I think it is just history here. Yeah, they can just block something for free. This isn't necessarily an explosive start for my deck, but it's not bad. Carnage Tyrant. That's worrying. Yeah, I'm going to attack with Emmara, make a 1/1. Yep. Then play out Hero of Precinct One into Emmara. And then Martimal chooses 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd say that's pretty good. Unless they finality me here. Okay. They can still finality me here. That's the funniest thing.
You're in need of support.
I am in need of support, Ajani. Just on my side of the field, please.
Deliver us to victory.
Yeah. I'd love to. Vivian raid. Okay. I've already got the tokens off of that. I've already gotten the tokens off of that.
How this thing goes is up to you.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to not blow up history here. Yep, there it is. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
This is nothing.
This is nothing. See, Vivian. Even Vivian agrees. This is nothing. So this is for a 6, but then we get a creature off of that and off of Emmara. Okay. Whew. We got to gold tier 2. And aside from... We didn't run into much control here, so we weren't able to see how like good our sideboard and stuff was against control. Hey, what's this? Tin Street Dodger. Pretty good in draft. We didn't get to see how well the deck fared against control. We only really saw it against Gates, and we lost we won one matchup against the Colossus version and lost against the Nexus version, but I think the Nexus version is much more well suited against a large creature deck than the Colossus version. But I do like this deck at the moment. I think people are sleeping on it a little bit. I think Esper Control might kind of ruin its day. I think Unbreakable Formation in Game 2 doesn't necessarily give you enough to just win the game, because they can just bring in Saddle Directors as well. But against mid-range, this deck just goes over the top. Not even over the top, just goes far too wide for them to be able to beat you. In my experience, just the straight amount of value, I think this should be another 2 Ajani's, because this is your win con against control. If they don't have a Vrask Contempt or another way to deal with your Ajani, this will win you the game. And I don't know that I even have 2 more. No, I only have the 2. So Huatli. There she is. Like this is just my thing. I like Huatli. I think she feels a little win more if you get an emblem off, but sometimes against control, that's exactly what you need. You need something that's a little bit win more, because you can feel like you're winning, and then they can cast one spell, and you can feel like you cannot win the game at all. And having a little bit of win more can get you back into the game with that, because that emblem has the potential to go off incredibly quickly, and then you have a bunch of card advantage, especially if you flip something like a Legion's Landing. But against Gates, if it's there's a lot of different variants, so it's not always easy to tell. But you have Unbreakable Formations on the side for the Gates Ablaze. Hope you draw them. If you can counter their Gates Ablazes, as well as get rid of their Guild Summits with your Knight of Autumns or your Ixalan's Binding, or even Conclave Tribunals, then you're going to be having... you're probably going to be doing decently well. They're probably going to draw enough cards off of them anyway. But you got to do what you can. Gates... I like the deck a lot right now. It's exactly my style of deck. And I do recommend people try it out. But until next time, I hope everybody has a good night, and keep... I don't know, I need to figure out an outro for this. I see you either on the stream or in the next video. Have a good one, guys.